Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is MacMasterGuru bringing you the best technologically associated information of the 21st century. Today I'm going to be showing you guys some Google tricks. The first few are going to be actual functional things that are good to use, and the other ones are just sort of random and hilarious. Stay tuned. If you look in the title, you'll see Justin Bieber. Stay tuned for that. You'll find out what that's about in a few minutes. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. So the first thing I'm going to be showing you guys is the calculator. It's pretty simple. Google is a calculator. So just, for example, 1 plus 1. And you'll see it even has a special little calculator notation right here, and it gives you the answer. It does addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, and possibly more. I'm not exactly sure. Next thing is the weather. So let's go with, how about Columbus, Ohio? This is not where I live, by the way, just totally random. I happen to know this area code for certain reasons, but let's type weather 43221. That's the zip code. And Google gives you your very own little display of the weather in Columbus, Ohio. That is that. There's really nothing more to the weather. Next one is flight times and status. So you're going to want to type in the airline and the flight number. So let's do Delta flight 1177, 1170. There we go. And it will give you the status. By the way, I just made up that flight number. I didn't actually have anything planned. So there you go. You can click on that and it will give you the status. And that is actually currently sponsored by flightstats.com. Okay, so two more functional ones, and then we'll get into the good stuff. So the next one's time, local time anywhere. So let's just type time in Korea. And it will give you the local time. Right now it is 6:19 in the morning in South Korea. So there you go. That's sort of how that one works. Okay, this one's a little bit complicated. It involves certain notation when you search in Google, and you can it kind of dictates your search results, sort of narrow your searching field. So obviously, here, I'm just going to use the example of dog and cat. So obviously, if you type in dog, cat, what you're going to get is a bunch of search results that involve the word dog and or cat. That's a pretty broad search field. I'm sure there's a lot of information. If you look up there, 14,700,000 hits in a tenth of a second. So obviously that's pretty basic. Now, if you go in there and you type a plus, dog plus cat, that's going to give you only web pages with the words dog and cat. So instead of giving you some with dog, some with cat, some with both, it's going to give you dog and cat. So if we look, every single one of these has dog and cat in the search results. So that's how that one works. Now the next one will let you search for words in the specific order you type them. So let's say we want to search for the word sequence dog and cat. What we're going to do is put quotes on either side and hit enter, and then you're going to get the exact sequence of words. So you look dog and cat, dog and cat, dog and cat. So that's how that works. The next one is probably the most useful. Let's say you want to find stories about dogs, but you don't want any cats in them. So obviously there's a lot of stories out there about dogs and cats because they're always fighting, but I digress. So let's search for stories about dogs, and then you're going to type space hyphen cat. And what that's going to give you is stories about dogs that have absolutely nothing to do with cats. Basically what that does is it tells Google do not display results that have the word cat in them. Okay, so for now, that's all the function ones I'm going to show you. Now it just sort of gets into hilarious stuff. So let's go back to the home page, because for this one you need I'm feeling lucky. So if you type in find Chuck Norris and you hit I'm feeling lucky, it's going to bring you to this web page that says Google won't search for Chuck Norris because it knows you don't find Chuck Norris, he finds you. It's actually not a Google search result. If you look at the URL, it's a website that Google brings you to when you search for that. So that's the entirety of that one. Sort of pointless, but funny at the same time. One more, and then we'll get to the Justin Bieber little thing. So next, we're going to go to Google Maps. So that's maps.google.com. And then we're going to go over here and click Get Directions. And you want to search for directions from Japan to China. Hit enter. Now obviously Japan is made up of a bunch of islands and China is on the mainland. So if you're going to get from one to the other, you will be crossing water. So if we go from Japan to China, and this is driving directions for the record, you can actually do this with all three: walking, train, and driving, but driving is just the default. So you scroll down to step number 42, and if you look at step number 42, it says to you, jet ski across the Pacific Ocean. Looks like the guys over at Google Maps got bored and decided to put something in there. So that's that one. Again, pretty pointless. Alright, now since ripping on Justin Bieber seems to be sort of a common theme with many YouTube videos, I will be kind of throwing in my 2 cents. So you're going to go to the website translate.google.com, which is still Google, and it's basically just a translator. You go from a certain language to another language, and you can even do detecting language. But what we're gonna want to do is go from English, and you're gonna go over here and click Vietnamese, and now you're gonna type this question: will Justin Bieber ever hit puberty? Because, well, I spelled it wrong, but whatever. Will Justin Bieber ever hit puberty? So there's your question. Now, let's go over here, and to the translation, what you're going to want to do is just highlight the translation, and you're going to copy it, and then switch it to go from Vietnamese to English, right here, and then you're going to paste it back in. And if you look at the search or the results, you'll get Justin will never reach puberty. So there's my little rip on Justin Bieber. I guess the guys at Google Translate also got a little bit bored. That is it for now, guys. If you have any suggestions or requests, if you look at my channel, you'll see I also do GIMP stuff. I Photoshop pretty much everything that has to do with computers. So that is that. I will talk to you guys later, I guess. Feel free to comment, give me a like if you liked the video, and subscribe. Thanks.